same as at the Jersey Shore. It was hot, and then we went to beautiful, beautiful weather.
Nice.
And I was laughing about how many times I usually bring, well, like at home, I'll bring a jacket or a scarf or something out with me. I usually never use it, And so it was really nice to have to go out at night and have to wear a jacket or a shirt at least. But yeah, it's
Nice.
absolutely beautiful here.
Good. All right, we are recording now, so Amy, behave.
Thank you.
All right, so today what I wanted to talk about was downloads and backups and making sure that your data is secure. My first question is, because I threw that out there without checking in with everybody, and I wanted to know how much who doesn't know how to do that, and do you have a need for that? I mean, you do have a need, but I won't assume your need right now. First thing is, do you know how to back up your stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Betty? Yes? No?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you backed up your stuff?
A long time ago.
All right, tell me if this is correct. I have what's called Time Machine for
Okay.
Apple, I guess. And it's like an external device
Mm-hmm.
that I think backs up automatically, like, I don't know, maybe once an hour or at least once a day. Is that
That's a thing.
I'm just
So I'm looking it up. I'm not familiar with Time Machine.
is that my backup?
I'm going to look.
Oh, okay.
I've not heard of that.
I have the same thing, Medina.
You have Time Machine?
Yeah, Peter installed it for me.
So it's an app on your phone?
No, this is I'm talking about my laptop.
I'm on my computer.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a external
Yeah.
backup. Okay.
Yeah.
Time Machine external backup. External hard drive. Portable
Yes.
external hard drives.
Yeah, it looks
All right,
like this. This is it.
Okay. All right. I am going to, I just called it. What did you call it? Time Machine.
Time Machine.
Okay.
I want bacon and eggs in the Renaissance. It was always a joke about Time Machine. Right? You'd go to a restaurant and it said breakfast anytime. So you could.
Oh, that's funny. That's very funny.
So,
all right, I am going to go ahead and share screen so we can look at what Medina is holding up there for us. So I did a search, Time Machine, external hard drive minus AI. So I'm not getting any opinions or scrape stuff. I'm just getting actual websites. Backup external drive with Time Machine. So it says you need to move all of the data on the drive to another drive and then formal format. So we're just going to go there. So this is Apple Community. I'm trying to back up an external drive using Time Machine, but the drive appears grayed out. Okay, so this is just somebody's question. They're having a problem with it. And then whenever you ask something like that, of course, you're going to get answers from the community. Some of the people are going to be just regular old people. Sometimes you'll get answers that are from, this looks like Bob Timmons has literally nothing else to do but answer people's questions here. Sometimes you'll also see that you're getting answers from actual Apple support people. So let's move back to the original question and see what we've got. There's Apple support again. There's Macworld recommendations for And I'm sorry, I'm scrolling quickly so you don't have to read all this. So this is specifically just talking about support for those. I'm going to say buy Time Machine. All right, there we go. And there's one by Amazon, best external hard drive for Mac,
Hard drive. I don't even have a computer.
backup for Apple support again, external with support. Interesting how it really goes to more support things than anything else. And it's all Macworld. So Time Machine must be specific to Mac.
Last night, these are all people last night.
All right, let's see. I took out Time Machine, and there are highly rated ones. Gear Tech Lab, best external hard drives.
That alarm?
PC Magazine, best external hard drives. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and
See, we don't have a computer, so this is nothing.
look,
to
it's
us.
Dr. Lou. Hey, Dr. Lou.
Hey,
So, even if you don't have a computer, you have a laptop. Oh, and Nancy's here too. Hey, Nancy. You know, this is for laptops as well. So anything that you've got, and theoretically speaking, most devices now you can also plug into your phone and go ahead and do that. Stop the share a minute, where most devices have it, where they've got all of the same plug now. If you have a newer device, if you have,
Yeah.
does anybody in the room have an Apple device that has the old style plug? Anybody have one?
well, there's two old styles. There's the big one,
No, there's the ancient style.
right? Okay.
From a million years ago, which I'm assuming nobody has one of
You got
those.
the new one.
If they do, it's a
Linda.
weird device.
Linda does. Linda does.
You have the old, the kind that was flat, that
Yeah.
had the,
Yeah.
you could see the wires. Okay.
This is a very, very old, I don't even know what it is, but it's probably 20 years old. And I use it just for backing up and saving my passwords. That's
Oh my gosh.
what I have a set.
There you go.
I
There
don't
you
use
go.
it for a phone.
That's a really cool idea. So is that, is it connected to the internet or the cell world?
No.
That's brilliant. I love that. So I see several hands. Hang on a second. I just want you to all get what's so cool about what Linda has done. She has an old phone, and rather than trading it in, knowing that a phone that old is not going to be able to support any upgrades or anything that can actually have, you know, security patches and those kinds of things. This phone, she's not connecting it to the internet. She's not connecting it to cell, but she's using it as an external hard drive storage unit. That's
I have
great.
a
Do you have any
program.
idea?
I have a program on there called Safe Wallet. And
Okay.
I save all my passwords on there. You get to alphabetize them and sort them and do whatever you want.
Smart.
And so, and when I travel, I can take it with me. So I always have it.
Safe
how
Wallet?
smart.
Is that what you said it was called? Safe Wallet?
Safe wallet.
Okay.
Safe Wallet. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
That's a great idea. I really like that. And one thing I'm going to just add to that, because I was just reading some security things about travel this week, and with our devices, the latest recommendation when you are traveling, and I don't just mean from the Keys to Miami or from the Keys to New Jersey. You know, if you're going out of the country or places that are not very secure, places that have higher crime, or places that have large crowds, you know, is it the Basel Art Festival in Miami, the book
Yeah.
fair in Miami, places where there's large crowds of folks. The best thing to do when you have something like that is turn off your face recognition,
Yeah.
and when you're in the crowd, turn off your phone. Don't lock your screen, actually power it down. And we were gonna talk about that later, but since you brought it up, but Linda, specifically, if you're using that, which I think is brilliant, you're using it as a password security storage device, then absolutely you would want to turn that off
Oh, yes.
for high security.
Yes.
Because apparently, well, I'll tell you in a little bit why you should, but anytime that you're in a place where maybe your stuff might not be so secure, just power it right down, completely off. Okay, Jackie had her hand up for a second, and then Terry.
You asked about other devices. My AirPods are the old plugins.
Ah,
They're
okay.
about 4 years old, something like that, maybe.
And they're the old plugins. Interesting.
Yeah, I have to use the one for the previous phone to charge them up.
Doesn't have.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we still have to keep that drawer full of cords.
Yeah.
Because cords also go bad, right? I mean, you know, they just do. They stop doing what they're going to do, wear and tear and being hauled around and coiled up and all of that stuff. So yeah, and when I'm ever, you know, getting rid of stuff, like doing some house cleaning, I always keep some of those, because even though we don't have any devices that keep them, I know there's going to be somebody in my life that needs that, you know. All right, Terry had her hand up.
When a couple phones ago, I couldn't. The phone wouldn't keep a charge, so we didn't turn it in. And I used to use it for music, and we still kept it. And at one time, we had something that, you know, you'd taken it off the phone. But at one time, Verizon had given us this offer for an extra line. We could get an iPad, whatever it was, something like that. So we put that phone back on a line as sort of a backup at home. But I left because mostly it was just for music and things like that.
Yeah.
But it comes in really handy. Twice I had to use it because I didn't have a phone, and they could change the number on it for 3 days or something till I got a phone. But it was just funny. And the best part about it, because it doesn't keep a charge, it's in the corner in the kitchen. So if you do use it for anything, you have to use it like a wall phone, you know, like you can only walk as far. And half the time, if I ever look at it, it has my number or John's number on it, because we use it if neither of us are home, to find where our phones are. We call our phones. So it's $10 a month but it is funny though that what you sometimes do with old phones, most of them just went right back.
Oh, that's great. Carlene.
Oh, and I'm glad you all talked about that, because I'm getting ready to go to the Joy Center, and I Zoom with my old iPad, because when I tried it with my new one, it kept doing the camera moving. I don't want the camera, you know, and I could not figure out how to stop that. So I said, okay, so I still have to plug it in, and it was totally it's in red. So I hope it charges by the time I leave anyway. But I always plug it in. But I also have the old AirPods that I have to plug in. So
yeah,
but
Turn it off. Turn it off while on your way. The phone off, so it's not using any power.
I tried to turn it off so it charged faster, but it's so depleted that it won't even turn off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's bad.
All right, so moving on, we're going to go really quickly and look at what I found. We're just going to pull up one article. There will be many opinions. I think it's interesting that this PC Magazine, because, you know, consider the source. PC is personal computer, which implies that it's not Mac or iOS. So this is specifically for people who don't have a Mac. We'll go ahead with Medina's recommendation that she seems happy with Time Machine, and someone else had Time Machine as well. Jackie, maybe? I don't remember who, and I'm not looking at you right now. Somebody else has Time Machine, and you're happy with them. So
Teresa.
Teresa, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. because I'm not looking at you. So this article came out, I think it said June. Let me back up a minute. June 2nd. So this talks a little bit about external hard drives, and here are their top picks. And you can expand the pros and cons and look and see exactly what they like about it, what they don't like about it. USB-C compatibility requires included adapter. Platter drives are slow compared with external. If you know what that means, it would matter to you. But there are some price point considerations with these things. So this is $150 on the big A. I'm sure you can get them elsewhere if you don't want to shop with that company. Best rugged portable hard drive. So if you are somebody who is hard on your stuff, which I always am, might be good. And the con is that the camouflage exterior might not be for everyone. Okay, so if it really matters to you what it looks like. But again, that's the rugged, part. They're appealing to a specific demographic that wants something that can be tossed around. Love or hate it, but it's their number 2. So okay. And then there is a Mac one here, SanDisk professional drive. That's about $200. 200. So we're kind of seeing a little bit of all over the place. You would want to look and see exactly what is for you or not for you. And it gives a little rating there of good, 3.5, whatever, and it tells you low PC Mark overall test score. So, I don't think that I would go with something that was a 3.5 that cost $200. When I can go for something that's, a comparable price, a company I'm familiar with and has a higher score. So that being said, I'm going to stop the share on that. So why would you want this? Why would you need it? Why would you think it was important? Linda, hand?
Are we only talking about portable hard drives? Because I have a built-in Carbonite I use. It's on my computer and it backs up constantly.
Yes. We're talking about external hard drives.
Okay, thank you.
So yes, there are 2 ways to do this. The internal hard drive, you said yours is called Carbonite?
Yes.
And I'm going to put these in the Carbonite. I can't write and talk at the same time today, apparently. So Carbonite is something that you've downloaded.
Somewhere along the line, yes.
Do you pay for it?
I don't remember. Well, oh, yes, I do pay for it. Of course I do. Yes.
Okay. I would think
there's
you
an
would.
annual payment. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, and is the data stored in the cloud?
Yes.
Okay. So essentially something like Carbonite, and I'm sure there's many others, but we'll just go with that for now. Carbonite is something that you are going to download all of your stuff, give it to them, and they keep it literally in a digital vault in the cloud, basically on their systems. Was it expensive? Do you remember? Was it expensive?
I don't remember. I could look it up. But it's not out of sight. It's less than 150 and 139 or 99 or something like that.
Okay. All right. And how did your computer person tell you to get that one?
My computer person recommended it, and when my computer crashed, it worked. I got everything back. Totally everything.
Wow.
And that right there, see, I could talk to you all day about why you should back up your stuff, but that right there, because I know Linda had shared with us before that it had happened to her, that she had her computer crash, couldn't get into it, couldn't do anything, had to get a professional to come deal with it. But then having all of your stuff saved, because you think, okay, well, what do I need? And isn't it in the iCloud? Well, if she's on her PC, Some of it might be in the iCloud. On my PC, my music, because I sign into Apple Music. That's all that's going to be saved from, a crash on my computer if I don't have backups and I don't have external backups or pay a service. My Google stuff will be, because I do pay for that expanded storage space. And remember, if you are making sure that all of your stuff is backed up to whatever server you're using. So if you are all the way through Apple person and everything that you have is Apple, then it's going to be in the iCloud. And you want to make sure that you have things set so that they are in the iCloud. If you're not an Apple person and you are a PC person, you have Android phones and PC computers, laptops, that kind of thing, then all of that's going to be stored in the Google Drive, unless you have a company that you pay, like Carbonite. That was what you have, right? Is that what it's called? Carbonite, which is something else. So my question for you, Linda, and I don't know if you'll know the answer to this because your guy set it up, I assume. He set it, your computer person set it up.
I think I did originally. Really, it was recommended.
Okay.
I don't remember because it's been several years, but I
Been a
don't think I
while,
had to
yeah.
have somebody come and do it.
Okay. So the thing to remember is that whatever device you're using, let's say we're just backing up our computer, not a phone or a tablet or anything like that. We're just doing a computer. So it's either going to be PC or Mac. And when you're backing those up, just making sure that you have local backups, that means on the hard drive that's on this device right here, then those local backups, it's a setting, right? It's a setting on whether or not how often you're going to back it up. Is it automatic backups? Is it manual backups? Always recommend automatic, because if you can't remember last time you backed up and you don't have it set on automatic, then it's not backed up. And if something were to happen, and we're not talking about nefarious, somebody hacks into your computer and shuts it down and holds it for ransom, which is a thing. But I'm talking about this is going to be a weird analogy. When's the last time somebody bought a new toaster?
Yeah.
Okay. Toasters do break though, right? They're metal and wire and electrical components and pieces that are fairly simple design and haven't changed a whole lot in, I don't know, probably since the 1920s. I'm just going to ballpark guess there's not a whole lot of changes in toasters, but they have parts that wear down. New cars. I'll bet we all have newer cars than our toasters. I'm just going to guess. Because toasters are fairly durable. Cars, not so much. Terry.
I lived in many houses before that toasters were, you had to remember to unplug the toaster if you were using certain things in the house, like, a coffee maker or something
power
like
draws.
That's the only thing I
Absolutely.
remember about bad toast,
That heating element took a lot of juice and it would flip breakers for sure. So they have refined them somewhat, but overall design, not so much. So now transfer that analogy to your PC or your Mac, whatever it is. It also is composed of bits and parts and pieces that are going to wear down and break, just like your car bits and eventually your toaster bits. And there's more plastic in our computers than there is metal, right? They'd be very heavy if they were metal. So plastic wears and those things break down too. So nothing nefarious, but just stuff wears out. And so making sure that you can get to your stuff because it's backed up somewhere else and not just on the thing you have. So two options are backing it up into the cloud, which, if I download something from a website, which I do all the time, I download an article or I download a picture or something from a website and it's on my computer, it is not saved in storage anywhere except for on my computer. So if my computer crashes, I no longer have access to that because I can't turn on my computer. If I save it to the cloud, I can turn on anybody else's computer, log in to my Google account, and I can get whatever I've saved there. So that's the beauty of making sure that things are backed up in some way outside of the piece of equipment that you have, whether you're backing it up to an external drive like Medina held up, that's a little chunky box, which literally is exactly like what's inside your computer, whatever way, shape, or form that you have. It's exactly like it. It is just a hard drive, but it's on the outside and it's portable and you can plug it in and unplug it. Just like when people fix your computers and they open it all up and they look at all those magical bits and pieces that don't look like they're going to do anything, you can unplug a hard drive. You can't. Computer specialists can unplug the hard drive and put a new one in, and voila, you've got a new computer. Now, it doesn't have any of the stuff you have on the old computer. Again, the backups. Linda.
The irony is we're making a big deal these days about AI, when in fact we've had this cloud. We have no idea what it is for a long time. It's out there somewhere.
So the cloud is literally somebody with a bigger computer. That's really all it is. When I back up my stuff to the Google Cloud, it goes to a Google server, which has a computer, the regional computer that's going to take care of me is going to be, the size of, I don't know, a major football stadium, let's just say. And I can't verify, don't quote me on the dimensions on that, but it's large computers. And so literally we're just making sure that all of that data is stored somewhere else. So in essence, if that were had a breakdown, let's say that I don't know, there was no there was no power.
Did you see
Let's
him?
just say the electricity got shut off.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking about this because we had a big storm here last night, including tornado warnings, which we never get in the mountains. So it's on my mind because everything went off and went black for a minute, and the Wi-Fi went down and all of that. So let's just say that were to happen at Google and all of that shut down. Now, of course, they have a million different backup systems to keep the power up and running, because that's a huge problem if they don't. But let's just say that, it didn't for, 5 minutes. That's a problem, right? If all of that shuts down, then their computers get compromised. A power, a lightning strike, whatever. And it literally gets fried from a lightning strike, which of course they have things to protect you from that as well. But I'm just, worst case scenario. So your data is just stored somewhere else.
Uh-oh,
froze.
Betsy froze.
Betsy, you froze.
Betsy, come
It's the
back.
tornado.
By
Yeah, it's a
Of-
tornado.
Come,
free
Betsy,
home
come
storage.
back.
Fell asleep.
Come back from the cloud.
space, all Apple
Betsy, you're frozen.
And we're catching every other word.
Yeah.
She's still talking.
is 5 gigabytes of
She can't hear us.
She's breaking up.
No.
Somebody text her.
Text her.
Oh, we could send a message right here in the chat.
free storage space.
I was watching a movie the other night and this was happening.
So you
Now you froze. Uh-oh.
but not forgotten.
I think it's aliens.
It's AI.
Oh, they're onto us. They heard the oregano.
Did not like how we were talking about AI.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I'll show them.
yeah. Maybe.
Where is we lose her on the screen completely?
No, she's
Oh,
She's still talking.
Joy Center.
no, that's not Bob, not here.
Oh, the Joy Center is host.
So
But
she's
that Betsy
knocked
usually
up-
does that.
she got
Betsy
knocked
usually
off.
takes the host.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she got knocked off. I saw the Joy Center disappear.
Mm.
No, it's still there. Joy Center.
Yeah.
The
So
Joy
that's
Center's
her.
Isn't that
Hmm.
coming from?
The Joy Center?
Yeah,
No,
instead
because
of
the Joy
Betsy.
Centers, the chairs are there.
No,
Bob's
Betsy
sitting in the
changes it
chair.
up.
Bob's
Oh,
in the chair.
Yeah.
So, hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob, we lost
Hey.
Betsy.
We're talking about you. But no, the logo for the it's now there's two logos.
Oh,
Well, the-
great.
What happened here?
Betsy takes over the Joy Center
Yeah,
Oh,
when she
the Joy
runs
Center
it.
She got
takes over
kicked
when
off.
she goes. Okay.
Her internet is not good, stable. It is very unstable right now. So I got to go. I got to get in the car. So I may
Okay,
or
we'll
may
see
not
you.
see you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Question, is anybody going to the Alice Gardens luncheon today?
In Key Largo.
I
Yes.
forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Totally forgot about it though.
I think
What
a couple
luncheon is it?
people.
At 11 o'clock at Playa, whatever.
What's it? What's the purpose?
Yes.
Oh, they're doing a talk on hurricane preparedness for seniors.
Oh,
And they want you to move to assisted living.
Right.
Well, of course.
But they
And-
just gave us a
and-
real nice piece of a nice
Yeah.
Gardens.
contribution.
And the
But,
other,
no.
I thought you had to RSVP that. I totally
Yes,
forgot.
you
Yes, you're
did.
supposed to RSVP.
Yeah.
But we're
So
trying to
it's
get
a-
money
it's-
from them. That's why.
Jackie, you could probably still do
Iffy,
that.
hello. We
Yeah,
lost you.
I don't know how badly I want the lunch. Thank you.
Betsy's back.
Am I
It's
back?
nice up there.
You've been
It's
gone a
nice up
long
there. There'll be
time.
Some nice people.
I know. I had to go all the way out and come all the way back in again.
Yeah.
It still says I have an unstable network.
About the candidates.
I know Jim
It
sent
still
me.
says I have an unstable
wants
network
me to
connection.
Well,
Am I unstable?
no,
Yes.
you're very
No.
stable now.
We didn't know how to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't
tell
mean
us.
mentally.
At least in this
Okay.
class and at this time.
All right. So we were talking about when our stuff goes to the cloud. The other option, which, it is as safe as, anything else. That's their job, is to keep your stuff safe. And you're going to get more storage space the more you pay for. I have a friend who works in digital content creation, and she told me she just bought 2 terabytes of storage. She said it was driving me crazy because the gigabytes were full. And she said, I went and bought 2 terabytes. She's 50 years old. And she said, I probably won't use 2 terabytes in my lifetime. But she said, I'm already past 200 gigabytes. So,
Wow. Wow.
but she's a digital content creator. So she does artwork and then makes things and uses them to go to festivals and has her own business with that. So, she needs a lot of storage space for pictures. So it's important that she has a lot of space. But I was like, wow, 2 terabytes. Okay, that's a lot. So that's all stored off of her spot so that if her computer goes bad, she can just retrieve it from the cloud, which is literally whichever company she uses, she gets it, back from them when she has a new device. The alternative, which I really also gravitate towards, is Medina's alternative, which is something that you can hold in your hand. It is going to be a safer option. So if safety and security is something that's on your mind, having something that is in your hand and yours only is definitely the safer way to go. If you're concerned, if you have, let's just say, I don't think anybody in the room is, but for instance, if you are a law firm and you have all of your clients' records stored, if they're stored in the cloud, not as secure as stored on a external digital hard drive, because that can't be hacked. Because as long as it's not plugged into anything, no one else has access to it. The only access would be if somebody literally came into your office and stole it, like physically stole that block of information, that piece of hardware. So it is, in certain situations, something that people would want to use for better security, particularly if they were the guardians of other people's information. All right, we've spoken a lot about that. I have a couple of things that I wanted to cover. So everybody kind of got the message now that doing backups is an important thing. Medina.
Just a quick comment, actually. I was going to ask about the phones. How do you back up on your phone? But I looked on my phone and I just typed in backup, and it took me to iCloud backup this phone, which is on, backup over cellular, which is on.
Yep.
So does everyone have that on their phone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
When
And so, very good point. Terry?
I've told the story before, but I back up my phone whenever, like all the time, because of dropping my phone in the water and not retrieving it.
Canals.
And when I got a phone, the phone, came in the mail to me, my new phone. It had in 5 minutes, it had every single thing that was on it, even the pictures I had taken while we were on the boat. Like, so it was, you had to move stuff around, like, some accounts you had to reopen, banking and stuff like that. But it is amazing. I know that's the phone, not the computer, but I just sometimes just do it. And I sometimes do it to John's phone because he doesn't, I don't wait till there's a update.
It's the same concept. And that's, I love your story. Hate that it happened to you, but it's bound to happen in some way, shape, or form. My daughter dropped hers in the toilet at one point in time, so you don't have to live near a canal to lose it in water.
Wait, that begs the question, why do you take your phone into the bathroom?
It's probably in her back pocket.
Young people travel light, don't carry purses.
Okay.
They don't carry purses, and it's in their back pocket. Amy got it exactly.
Got it.
There are times even for young people when going is an emergency right now. You don't even think about where your phone is. You're just taking care of business.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the dirty part of the class. All right, so now we're going to talk about making a plan for your pictures. We've talked about this in other ways, shapes, and forms, but I have a whole article that I'm going to be sharing with you, and I'll just send it to you. But talking about those digital legacies, and I learned something in this article, so I'm going to go ahead and share it with you, so you'll recognize what you're going to be looking at when we get it. And this is making a plan for your digital photos after you die. This isn't morbid. We all will at some point in time. Some of us sooner, some of us later. And we've talked about the fact that we've got, our legacy contact in Apple and Google and Facebook, where we set up somebody who is going to have access to all of our digital stuff. And in Google, it's called the inactive account manager. So that your stuff, which people may need to get to or want to get to, you have somebody who's designated, just like you would have an executor of your estate, of your physical things. We now have to make sure that somebody is the executor or the holder of our stuff that is all digital. Now, there's another company that is naming a digital executor, and there is a service such as Everplans, similar to Legacy Contact, but has more of an active role in archiving and it talks about all of the things that are important about that. It's a short little article, but just something, another way. And this one is from Popular Science. So I'm gonna stop the share on that. So important, not something we tend to think of. Our generation tends to think more of the physical things, who's going to get my favorite coffee cup? Who's going to get all my pictures, right? That's something every bit as valid. And if you haven't set up a legacy contact or an inactive account manager, do it today. And then have a conversation with your kids or your nieces and nephews, the young people in your life, because they might not have thought about it yet. And their lives are way more digital than ours are, right? They don't collect grandma's photos from, 1920s. That's like stuff that they wouldn't hold on to, but they would absolutely have the pictures of the food that they ate 5 years ago. So but somebody should have a conversation with them about making sure that they set up a digital contact, a digital legacy contact person. So that's something that you can give to the people in your family or friends. We all have friends that are close, that are younger than us, that have that conversation when there's an opportunity to do so. All right, we are going to look at a little bit of Scam Thing in a minute. I'm doing good on time. The next thing I want to do is anybody who has a Google account, which many people do, even if you are not Google-based, many people have a Google account. There are some changes that are happening with Google. You should have gotten an email about this. Google's now waking up, going, "What do you want?" And here's the email that you should have gotten. It just is from Google, and you can see Google, no reply, Google, it's all right there. And this is your backup storage and policies controlled. So in 45 days from, this was July 15th. So in 45 days, they are changing their policy. Everything counts towards your Google account storage limit. So right now, photos and videos and MMS, which is your text, already count towards your Google storage right now. So if I have 100 gigabytes, everything I have is going to go towards that 100 gigabytes. In 45 days, it's going to be even more. So it's going to have all of the data, call history, device settings, app settings, all of that is going to count towards storage. So all of the apps that you have, and I try and offload apps that I'm not using because I don't need them, and I don't need them taking up space, slowing down my phone, that kind of thing. But you want to make sure, because all of this is going to bite into some of your storage space. And the email that you got is going to give you, if it exceeds your limit, whether you're paid for or free, your automatic backups pause until you free up space or upgrade your plan. So let's just think about that a minute. If you have the basic free Google account and it is going to be 15 gigabytes and that's it, and that's your sole storage, you can do two things. You can get another Google account, and I have 5 or 6. And each one gives me 15 free gigabytes, which is, that's pretty good. 5 times 15 is 75, right? 6. Anyway, it's a good amount of space. I also pay for space for my primary one, but by having all of these other accounts, I have lots of space there. But you could quite easily fill up that space. And so then it's not going to do your automatic backup. So even if you have automatic backups on, you think you're automatically backing up, you're not. It's going to stop it until you free up some space. So it goes back to the point of, we want to keep as clean of a digital life as we can. Easy example. I'm standing here. There's a deer in the yard. I take a bunch of pictures, and one of those pictures is going to be crystal clear, going to have the deer looking at me, have the sun just right on it. That's the keeper. The other 4 I don't need to keep. I need to ditch them. Easiest way to do that is ditch in the day. At the end of the day, review your day. Go, before I, shut down for the night, I'm going to look at the fun I had today and look at these pictures and go, okay, I don't need 6 pictures of this deer. Literally. Do I really need 1 picture of the deer? Probably not. And that's just an example. But, do I need 6 pictures of the deer? No. So I would get rid of those, and that's going to help create a habit that is going to start limiting the amount of storage space that you need. And that's a good thing. That's always a good thing. It makes things run faster. It makes things smoother. It makes your battery last longer because you're not constantly putting a drain on it. So one thing you can do. I'm going to go back to the share. So right there in the email that you get, you've got a link that says free up your space or upgrade your plan. Like I said, I am upgraded. So it says you can also, with the change, they're going to do backup toggles in your Android backup. So if you have an Android 9 or higher, you can select which data and which apps you want to back up. So now you're getting a lot more choice so that, you really don't care saving any of your data on your Candy Crush wins. Choose that one to not be backed up. Who cares, right? Your health record with your provider or your Medicare app, yeah, you want to keep that one. Right now, assessing me, because I have the 100 gigabyte storage, it says your estimated increase will be 0.2 gigabytes. So that's not much. Currently, though, I have used 60.29 gigabytes of my 100 gigabyte storage. So I have some work to do because I usually try and keep it around 49, something under 50. So it's time for me to go in and clean up my Google storage. I'm not going to disable Android backup, and I'm not going to get more storage at this point because I think I'm fine. But this one here, clean up my Google storage. And that's something that's super easy to do, whether you're on Apple or Android, is to clean up what's being stored in your cloud space. And there's also a help center where it can tell you all about how Google storage works. And that kind of like literally just talks about everything that I said. And you can say, look at some expanded things. So I'll send you this article as well, because this isn't specific to me. This is, and you're looking at it, right? How Google storage works.
Yes.
Did it come with me? Okay. So I'll send you that article as well, because like I said, most people in the class do have Google, whether or not they use it or not. If you have anything that needed a Google account, you've got a Google account, and you go, well, I don't use it for my email. That's not what this is about. So take a look at that. If you do have, if you are absolutely 100% Mac through and through and don't need that, then you don't have to worry about it. But just something to be aware of. All right. Any questions about that? Backing up and storing your stuff, downloading it to external hard drives if you need to, making sure that your data is safe.
Very interesting.
We are good. All right. Now, this one, we're going to go into the scary world of scamming for a minute. And I'm going to share. So, historically, one of the safest ways to pay for anything nowadays has been contactless payments. We've talked in the past about how, and I can think of as you're heading from Key Largo, heading towards Tavernier, there's a gas station in the median, the first one you come to. Is it a Marathon? Marathon Gas?
I think so.
That had credit card scammers in its pumps. So it's a little piece of metal wire that a thief inserts into the card reader, and it actually collects and transmits your data. And it got revealed, and the sheriff's office was involved in all of that. So we always talk about, you know, if you're going to put your card in and you're in a place where you feel a little uncomfortable about it, but you need gas, then you always use the pump that the employees can see from the window. So you don't go on, you know, you've got a pump and you've got the store here. You go on this side of the pump aisle, not this side of the pump aisle, because this side of the pump aisle, the employees can't see someone fiddling with the machinery, right? On this side, now, gas station employees aren't paid that much. So it's not like they're going to be like, you know, really paying that much attention. Yes, there are cameras, but people are going to tend to do something on the side where they think they're not being watched by a human being. Because who's reviewing the cameras? Nobody, unless there's a problem and it gets reported. And that's what happened with the sheriff's office, where they, you know, were able to determine what was going on there. But like I said, if you're getting gas from a sketchy place, go on the side that the employees can actually see what's going on. And the closer one to the door where they can really see what's going on is even safer, because there are people coming in and out. And, you know, if somebody sees somebody fiddling with the credit card reader, it's like, hey, what are you doing? You know? So it's a deterrent. Eyes are always a deterrent. That being said, many places, newer places, will have a pay at the pump where you take your phone and you just tap it. We do that in restaurants. We do that in lots of places. Some people use their watches. They've got it set up where their wallet is on their watch and they can just pay it that way. Those are highly, highly protected. They're very secure, so much more secure than swiping your card or sticking your card in. Tapping your card on a reader, let's say you're at the grocery store, tapping it is much more secure because it is a radio frequency and it's a proximity. It has to be super close to the machine for it to be read. So you can't be standing with your stuff on the counter. It's not just going to read it with the reader over here set up on the counter. You actually have to tap it. That being said, so that was the setup, that is the one of the most secure ways to pay for something when you're using your credit cards, debit cards. Sadly, now they have figured out a way to hack them. So this article I'm going to be sharing with you is about how contactless payments are now compromised and what you can do about it. So, and it goes into how they are, you know, very safe and why they work and how it works. But what the scam is, a couple of things. One is that they are crowded places. So we're going back to that conversation about crowded places where two things can happen. One is somebody sets up a fake booth where they are going to charge you for, you know, this pretty keychain that they made, and they're going to actually charge you $20 and it said it was $5. So they're going to be asking for much more. Also with fake charities, you know, they're collecting money for, you know, the Fireman's Burn Fund, and they aren't at all. They have nothing to do with the fire department. And then there's the rarer, but not unheard of, what's called bump and run, where the scammer distracts or brushes against you. And because it is near field communication technology, that means that, remember I said it was a proximity, you had to be very close. They'll have a reader on them and they bump into you, then they are actually able to get a hold of your chip card or your phone's digital wallet or your watch. So there's the solution, how to prevent it, making sure that you're looking at who is it. If you're paying somebody, making sure that you get a receipt. Make sure before you pay that you say, I want a printed receipt. The other thing is making sure that you keep an eye on your accounts, have alerts set up so that your accounts, anytime any charge is going to happen, that you know it right away. You also want to make sure that if there are small little charges, $1, $2, anything under $10, and you go, I don't remember doing that. Those are test runs. They will see if they can get away with it, see if they were able to capture that. And it's a test to see, and then they go in and take more. But they do like those little tiny increments where you go, $1, I don't know what that was, you know. I had a dollar one the other day, and it was a test run. It was on a gas station. Normally, the gas station does a pre-authorization hold of a huge amount of money, but this time it was a different gas station I don't normally use, and it did a $1 to make sure that the card worked, and then that got refunded, and it charged me the regular amount that was on the receipt that I got from the gas pump. So important to pay attention to the charges you're getting. Carlene.
Oh, I heard on the TV this morning that the scam in South Florida, they're sending all these packages to people and hoping that you'll scan the QR code. Well, we got a couple packages, but I think took it back to the post office. It was like, I don't know if the name was off or we knew we didn't order it, but anyway, so, but the scanning the QR code. So I'm always leery about scanning QR codes personally.
Yes, absolutely. So why would you scan a QR code when a package comes?
Exactly. I don't know.
Okay.
Because you're
That's
ignorant.
If you didn't know where it came from, you thought you were finding information, maybe. I don't know, you know, like you didn't know where it came from.
So QR codes, always know your source. Don't just randomly be, you know, you see a flyer posted somewhere, it's about something fun that you want to do, you know, register, get tickets, you know, buy here, buy now, whatever, or just get more information. Don't scan it. You have no idea who put that flyer up and what the organization is about. Just don't do it. The last thing we're going to do real quick, just for fun, is we are going to play our AI game. And so I'm going to share this. I won't be able to see your faces, so you're going to have to holler out what's real and what's not real. This is an article from BBC. I'll be sending it to you, obviously, so you can send it to friends. All right, click on a face to find out. Is it real or is it AI? Okay, so let's look at these two at the top. Woman, real?
Yeah.
Male?
Yes.
Yeah. Is the man real or not real?
Not real.
Not real.
I don't know.
AI.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's very sweet, but he's too equal.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, next two. We're gonna hover
That's
over
a hard
the one.
one.
Yeah,
We're
it
gonna
is.
hover over this one here on the right first with the mustache. Real or not real?
Real.
Yep. You know what I was thinking about? I was looking at the wrinkles under the eyes.
Yep.
And those looked fairly realistic. And that he had one earring. And that looked fairly realistic. All right.
And the curl,
other
he had
person-
different curl on there, on one
Yeah.
ear than the other.
Yeah, they're not perfect. All right. How about the other guy?
AI.
You say AI too.
AI, which I'm impressed. I mean, this is quite amazing because if you look at their eyebrows, you know, they're not perfect.
Right.
And generally speaking, stuff in AI is super perfect. And so I was going to say real because of the eyebrows there. All right. How about these two?
She's real.
She's real.
Okay. Okay. And the guy?
He's AI.
Okay.
I said
Yeah.
AI.
Very good, Jackie. Very good. I don't spot the AI in that one. I was going to say real on that one as well.
I don't
What
either.
led you to think that?
All the way to that mole right there on the side of his nose.
Uh-huh.
You know, that to me looked real, so I just chose the opposite. 50-50,
All righty.
Betsy.
You put money on it.
All right. And so then there is a whole article about it which I highly, highly recommend that you read because the technology keeps advancing. And so us having the correct information about it is very useful. All right, let's see. This one isn't one of those. It's just comparing a face. All right, now we'll do it again because it is 9:46. All right, the woman on the right.
She's perfect.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
perfect.
So
AI.
you think she's AI?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, very
Okay,
good.
yeah,
And
that was
guy?
close.
I think you're going to zing us with this one. I bet he's AI.
He's
Ah!
real.
He looked real.
Yeah,
He did
his
look real.
wrinkles
He
look
did look
too
real.
perfect to me.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
wrinkles look too perfect.
And they're symmetrical.
They were symmetrical, exactly. All right. How about the woman here?
She's
I gotta
AI.
go. See you next
I
week.
think
I gotta
she's
go.
it. All right, see ya.
Oh,
She's
man.
real.
She's a beauty.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
All right, the guy. The guy?
He looks real. How about
Oh.
that?
Gosh.
They're getting better. The shiny
Yeah,
forest.
they are. All right, these two.
Oh gosh.
I'd
The
say
woman
she's
on the
real
right?
and
The woman on
AI.
the right.
I said
AI.
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 Oh
She's
no,
real. All right,
she's
I'm gonna say
beautiful.
Yes,
AI
yes.
on the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
she is definitely way too perfect.
Thank you.
And
Good class.
thank you.
Yeah. But
Have
she looks like a lot of people. I don't know.
y'all have a great week. And anybody got a suggestion for next week? Linda, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
Not a suggestion, but could I go back to something that's important?
Yes.
When we were talking about gas stations, I've had my credit card compromised 3 separate times at one gas station here in Key Largo. So be careful. It's the small Valero, not the Valero that's taken over from Tom Thumb. The small Valero in Key Largo, downtown Key Largo. 3 times
Okay.
last 2 years.
Good
Wow.
to know. They are
Well,
not paying
why do you
attention.
go there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Thank you for sharing that. We'll do something fun and interesting next week. I
Oh,
don't know what it
well,
is.
Mhm.
I'm going to
Have a great week.
Alaska.
Oh,
Are
Yay.
you really? Oh
Have
my
fun.
gosh.
Beautiful.
So
Fun.
I'll be gone till the 18th of August. So I
Oh,
will
wow.
try, if I'm available, I will try to Zoom in.
Enjoy.
All right. Sounds
Have a
good.
wonderful
Enjoy though.